Robert Plank Show, episode 158. Promote affiliate offers, build your list, and create your own products with top 100 ClickBank affiliate John Lagoudakis. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Robert Plank Show. Our guest today is John Lagoudakis. He's one of Australia's leading internet marketers, and back in 2007, he stumbled across affiliate marketing and within 2 years was able to go from $0 online to being one of ClickBank's top 100 affiliates worldwide. He's been featured in the New York Times bestseller Get Rich Click list for his book, and has authored several books and has a long-running internet marketing podcast. So today, John helps businesses to get more exposure online, more leads, and to make more sales. How are things today, John?
Great. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you having me on your show today.
Awesome. I'm glad you're here, and I'm sure that having you on will be able to fill in the gaps for a lot of people. And so your whole business and everything you do is through this processor called ClickBank. Is that right?
That's how I got started, and it was a great place to start. There's a lot of different ways. There's many ways to get started online. I chose ClickBank for a few different. Well, that was really big back in 2007. A lot of people making good money from it. You didn't have to have your own product. You can promote other people's products. The commissions are excellent. Anywhere between 50 to 75% of the sale is yours. Sometimes even 100%. That was rare, but and it was easy to promote too. Back in 2007, you could go onto Google AdWords. You had heaps of traffic. It didn't cost you too much back then. You could do it back then. You can't do that now. Um, and so it's just very easy. Open up Google account, promote the ClickBank products, and you could see your commissions instantly. You could log in, and I was totally guilty of this. I think many people are guilty of this. We log into our affiliate accounts and want to see, have we made a sale yet? Have we made a sale yet? So it was a fun, easy way to get started, and I had success with it.
Awesome. So a couple of things about that. Like one is that I'm kind of hearing that a few times you're mentioning that that maybe in this day and age, is ClickBank still a good option for people to use nowadays? Or I mean, what's changed in the past 10 years or so with ClickBank?
Yeah, yes, ClickBank is still a fantastic place to get started. How you promote your ClickBank products is very different today. As I mentioned, you can't use Google AdWords as an affiliate. You can create your own, and sorry, I should clarify too. What I mean by that is, I was sending people from ClickBank from Google that would see my ad. They would click on my ad, and they would go straight to the product sales page on ClickBank. So it was just my direct affiliate link. You can't do that today. But what you can do is send traffic to your own website where maybe you're reviewing products, or you're an authority site and you're recommending products, whether in your on your through your email list or directly on your website through links and banners. So you can do it that way. So send traffic to your own site, and then from there send them to ClickBank.
Okay, and that makes sense. So what you're saying is, so 10 years ago or so. So basically, I mean, just to make sure everyone's all on the same page here. So ClickBank is this platform, like you said, where anyone who wants to sell anything, make a website, and then take payments and deliver a product can deliver that on ClickBank. And so the power of what you're saying is that they have a huge network of affiliates, and so if anyone has something for sale to sell on ClickBank, then there's all these affiliates already ready to promote, already plugged in. And then from the point of view of anyone who's first getting started, looking to make that first dollar online, they can register with ClickBank as an affiliate and promote something there. And so having said all that, what you're saying is in the past 10 years or so, there's, I guess, a few. There's a few extra hoops to jump through, and one of those that you're explaining is that it used to be that if you found, I don't know, like a weight loss product or something, you could go and find it on ClickBank, grab your link, set up a Google ad, and then just be running and keep refreshing your
Hmm.
stats and see, if you're getting traffic, if you're getting sales, and then that would be it. And what you're saying is now there are more rules in place than there were before, and so now if someone was looking to do that method, they still could, target Google traffic and Google ads and send people to a site, but now they have to kind of have their own site. Now they have to send that Google traffic to an authority site, to a blog, or maybe they're making reviews on this weight loss product. But then once someone clicks from Google onto that person's blog, then they can click on those affiliate links and then go to the site and then buy. So it's similar, but there's a few steps and rules nowadays. It sounds like.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
Cool. So I mean, so ClickBank's great. Selling on ClickBank's great. Being an affiliate on ClickBank's great. So as far as John Lagoudakis goes and ClickBank, what makes you stand out as far as the other ClickBank sellers and as far as other people teaching about marketing on ClickBank?
Hmm. Well, I used to teach people about ClickBank and how to do that, but because things have changed and I've sort of moved away from that myself, what happened was um, knowing that Google was going to stop allowing affiliates to promote ClickBank products the way I was doing it, I decided to move on to something more stable where I wasn't relying on one thing, putting all your eggs in one basket. So what I started doing, Robert, was email marketing because you have more control over list. Because the problem with sending traffic straight to whether it's your own product or someone else's product straight to a sales page, the problem with doing that is that you're going to make some sales, yes, but what about the 98% that don't buy? Because typically on a sales page that converts, a good one converts at around 2%. So you'll make 2% of sales. um, the other 98% of visitors, you lose them. So the better strategy is to get people onto your email list and then start promoting your products. And not just promoting your products, but it's a better way to create a relationship with people too, because when they're on your email list, you can give them great content as well, create their goodwill, as well as promote products, not just once, but for as long as they remain an active subscriber. So I took my focus away from promoting products, again, as an affiliate, just straight on Google AdWords, to building my list, an email list, and then promoting products. And then I took a step further and I started creating my own products and promoting those first, and then for those that weren't interested in my products, then yeah, I could promote affiliate offers, related affiliate offers as well. So that's definitely the way any business needs to go. It doesn't matter which business you're in, you need to be building your email list. Sometimes an SMS list is appropriate, especially if you have a local business. That's a must also as well.
So would you say that like a good, and is this like the correct order someone should be going in? Like would a good plan for someone who is looking to make a new income stream, should they be doing it in this sequence? First they promote an affiliate offer and then they look into maybe adding on the email marketing piece, and then if they're having success there with some sales and with some subscribers, then they should move on to their own product. Would you say, is that a good logical step-by-step sequence for people?
That would be a good strategy if you're not sure if the offer that you're going to promote to your list is going to convert well. Because you don't want to go to the trouble of creating an email marketing campaign, meaning setting up your landing page and setting up an email campaign, writing up the sequence, and then sending to an affiliate offer if you didn't know it was going to convert well. However, because we know which products convert well, the great thing about ClickBank and other networks like JVZoo today, and if you're promoting physical products like Commission Junction, is that you can go in and you can see how each product is rating as far as an affiliate is concerned. You can see in an instant how many affiliates are making sales with a product today. And what I tell people, what I tell my clients is if you're going to promote affiliate offers, go into the networks, pick the ones in your niche that are selling the best because you know that they're going to convert well, that their offers, they're typically good products and products that sell. Like the conversion rate of the sales page is really good. So, and knowing that, having that information beforehand, what I tell people when they're starting out is start building your list straight away because it's the most important thing. The number one regret most successful marketers have is that they didn't start their list earlier. So, right from the beginning, I say start a list and then once you get people on your list, then yep, definitely, and even immediately, you can start when someone opts into your list and subscribes to your list. You can send them to an offer straight away. That could be a thank you page if you like. So it's not like you're delaying the sales process or anything, but it is so important to start building a list. It's the most important thing you'll do, excuse me, in any business that you have.
Cool, and I like that advice. And I mean, I also wish that that had been my advice starting out because if you think about it, like there's all these products plugged into ClickBank, and these are all products that someone took the time to make the product, whether that was recording videos or whatever, to make the sales letter, to change it over who knows how many years to make it to convert, to reduce the refunds, to add all these upsells. So what's cool about starting as an affiliate is all those things are already done for you, and if an affiliate focuses just on building the list, then I mean that's a lot of just steps taken out of the process, right? Because someone can just, if they only have even an hour or two a day to focus on building their online business, well, then that doesn't have to be they spend, an hour writing emails and making products. They can spend an hour setting up ads, or they can spend an hour, getting new link backs and things like that. So it sounds like because of ClickBank and because of affiliate products and affiliate networks, and especially that these networks show how well these things are selling, that people can just hit the ground running. Is that right?
Oh, definitely. You'd be surprised just how long it takes to do all those things you mentioned, Robert. Picking a niche, creating a product, the sales page, everything that's involved with having your own product and selling it. There's so much involved, and especially if you're sorry, if you don't have a product that you want to sell online, one of the worst things you can do is spending a lot of time creating a product and then trying to sell it. Definitely being an affiliate first is so helpful because what you learn in the process is which products sell. By being an affiliate and looking at what's the highest converting products, and you learn a lot about your market. So if you don't do that first, if you just come in and say I'm gonna create a product, not only is it going to take you a lot of time to set that all up, but many times you're not going to create something that's the market really wants. Because what unfortunately what necessarily we think will be a good product is not necessarily what the market wants.
Right, and that makes a lot of sense, and it makes me think of all kinds of historical examples where like some car came out that everyone hated, or everyone hated tablets at first, or things like that. It seems like there's all these cases in like history or in business where businesses spent millions and millions of dollars and they still got it wrong. So even if Apple or Microsoft or whoever or Ford can't get it right even with their millions of dollars of research, then I don't think I'm
Hmm.
going to get it right just by guessing. The only way I can really trust it is, like you said, promote some stuff and see what makes
Hmm.
sales, right?
Yeah, and what a lot of email marketers do that's very a great idea as well. So as you build your list, ask your list too. Um, Send them an email and say, "Hey, I'm looking to create a product, and I want to know your feedback. What is it you want?" And you don't even have to say you're looking to create a product. Email your list and say, "What's your biggest frustration?" And then find out what is their biggest need, what's their biggest desire. And if you see a trend, and especially if there's no one in the market providing a solution for it, then that is where you want to be.
I like it, and I'm thinking, or I'm looking, I'm both thinking and looking at the ClickBank marketplace right now. And the thing I like to go to ClickBank to get ideas about different angles for things like that, because what's cool about ClickBank products, especially, is that it's not like the highest selling weight loss products will be just about generic weight loss, right? Like when I think about a ClickBank product for weight loss, I think, okay, well, there's a ClickBank product for how to lose man boobs, or how to lose a belly, or how to remove cellulite, right? I think about all the products
Hmm.
that you always see it like in the top ranking. And so that's kind of cool. It's almost like they've blazed the trail before all of us, and the ClickBank products are kind of going after that with that approach, right? Like people have a problem, they have a need, and the ClickBank products, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like the ClickBank
Hmm.
products are really geared towards these desperate kind of problems, right?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
correct?
exactly, Robert. So that's exactly right. So you don't want to go too broad and say, weight loss product, but exactly, you want to break it down to a sub niche. So do you want to get rid of your man boobs? Is a good one. Do you want to get rid of your thighs? Okay, for women. So it's yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. And by doing that as well, you can create specific demographics. So if for the man boobs one, you can gear your sales copy and your images and your colors and the title of your product towards men, rather than trying to do it, trying to capture men and women's interests, with a generic weight loss product. So it's definitely a great idea to break it down to a specific sub niche, rather than trying to sell to everyone, because that doesn't work. And in a way, a good way that someone put it to me recently was, it's easier it's harder to catch a small fish in the sea than it is a big fish in a small pond. And that's what you're trying to do when you create a when you're targeting a sub niche.
And that makes sense. And the other thing that's great about the internet and affiliate marketing is that you're not limited to just one product. So if someone finds, like you said, they find the weight loss product for the men, if there's a weight loss product for the women, and so on, then those are different. I mean, those are different, funnels and things like that that an affiliate could set up.
Hmm. Yeah, and one of the biggest mistakes that Robert, that a lot of people make when they start out with their online business, I've definitely made it in the past. I don't know if you have, Robert, but is that we get excited with all the possibilities, and we have too many projects going on at one time. And the counsel I always give to people is, pick one area, one niche, get the marketing right for it, set up, be happy with your sales funnel, make sure it's profitable. And once it's profitable and you're making money with it, if you want to go to a different area, different sub niche, or a different niche altogether, then great, go for it. But until you do that, don't have more than one project going at the same time, because there's so much involved in getting it right. And if you're yeah, so if you're working on two or more projects at the same time, it's very hard to have success, and then you get discouraged because you're doing a lot of work and no particular project is gaining traction and making sales. So definitely encourage people, when you're starting out, pick one strategy, whatever clicks with you, find someone that's having success with that strategy, learn from them, do everything they say to the T until you're having success. And then once you're having success and you're making at least a full-time income from that one strategy, until you're doing that, don't move on to another one. And even but and what I've also found is, there's just so much with even just one niche or one sub niche. It's better even to go deep. Once you're having success, go deep. Find Create a funnel where you can sell even higher end products in the back end, so you can make more money with that niche, rather than going into two niches. It's just it's a better way to go anyway.
And I can totally relate to that. And I see a lot of people where I'll give them an idea for a website or something that, or make a landing page or whatever that they should create. And then the response is, but if I could make one, I'll make 50. And I think, well, yeah, but like you said, like get the one working and then maybe get to two. But I mean, and it almost, I think we've all had to go through that phase. I mean, you have, and me especially, I've gone through that phase for sure early on where I said, well, I'm gonna make 10 landing pages and I'll make 10 opt-in forms and I'll make 10 sequences, and it's like I'm pushing the goalpost too far out, and I'm delaying the amount of time it would have taken me to get to the money making stage from, it might have taken 3 months or it might have taken a month beforehand, but now I'm pushing it out to 9 months or a year or probably never, because having to switch all those gears and have all those half finished things, I mean, super discouraging. In addition to what you said, a lot of time, a lot of effort, and no money yet because the focus is too split.
Yeah, exactly. And I made that mistake when I started out. We get so excited, and I see a lot of people making it. Yeah.
So as far as what you're doing with ClickBank, I mean, I know that you said you promoted stuff as an affiliate at first, and then you built a list, and then now you create your own products, and you're a top 100 listed seller on ClickBank. So I mean, what is your setup? I mean, are you all in one niche? Is it spread out? Is it some vendor stuff, some affiliate stuff? What do you have set up on ClickBank?
Okay. Sorry, Robert. Yeah. So there might be a big confusion. So definitely, I achieved the 100 ClickBank affiliate status very soon after I started with internet marketing, but I no longer sell a lot of ClickBank products. My focus is on my own products, and what I do today is two things. I help people that are getting started online, and definitely I'll point them to networks like ClickBank and JVZoo where they can promote other people's products. But I also, Robert, I help people, and this is my biggest part of my business today is helping other businesses. So people that have a business, they're already selling products. They maybe have an offline business that they're struggling to get online, or maybe they have an online business and it might purely be online, and they just needed to take it to the next level because they're not making many or not any sales yet, and they just want that help getting traffic, leads, and sales. So that's where I focus my time today.
Okay, so what you're saying is that where you focus your time on today is with coaching clients. Is it more coaching clients and less of selling your own stuff?
Yeah, it's a bit of both because it's you have to be doing it yourself as well to coach other people and to keep up to date because it's always changing. So I have a business that is not in the internet marketing space, if you know what I mean. It's separate to my coaching business. So I have actually two businesses that is not IM related at all, and that allows me to again keep up to date, keeping myself in the real world where I'm promoting those businesses and making sales in those businesses. And then I have the coaching business where I'm able to help people again, anyone that's just starting out online or those that have businesses that want to improve them.
Not nice. And what I've been hearing all through our discussion today is that when you find like something that you want to do and you do what's practical and you get it set up and you grow it, and then you get it to the point where there's like a next logical step to get to. So like you started with the affiliate marketing with AdWords, and then when the game changed a little bit, then you started building your own list that and your own SMS list, so that way you can build it up, and then you started making your own products, and now you're diversifying into these other businesses. So that's what I've been hearing over and over again, that you're not locked into one money making strategy, and you're not locked into one particular platform, but you're also giving it a chance to work out, right? You're having enough focus
Mhm.
where in back when you started with ClickBank, you spent those 2 years building that up, and then when maybe there were other alternatives to ClickBank, or there were other ways to make money, or some of us might get bored with a certain way of getting that income in, then you kind of transitioned, or you diversified and tried out different ways of making money, as opposed to just being stuck with ClickBank, which might have limited your income as the rest of the world changed around you.
Mm. Yeah, it's definitely not good to have all your eggs in one basket. And while I tell people, yeah, definitely, especially when you're starting out, focus on the one niche. So what happened to me? I'll sort of give you an idea of the logical progression. So when I first started trying to make money online, I found out about affiliate marketing, about ClickBank. So I was using Google AdWords mainly to promote the ClickBank products, and then I started using Yahoo and Bing as well because they had their PPC platforms. That was before, while Yahoo Overture was still around. Um, but most of my sales were coming through Google AdWords, about 90% of my sales, because that's where the most of the search engine traffic is. Then Google changed their policy. So that was, I started in 2007. 2009, around the middle of 2009, Google changed their policies and they said, no, we're not going to allow ClickBank affiliates to promote products online with direct affiliate links. So overnight, Robert, I'll tell you, it was shattering. Overnight, my income dropped like 90%,
Oh
and it
no.
really hurt. It really hurt. However, I knew it was coming, so I already started building an email list. And so that's where I sort of, so then I spent my time focusing on building my list and promoting my products to my list. And and then I decided as well, instead of promoting someone else's products, I'll promote my own products. So I created my own product. It's called the list marketing system, where basically I set up list building sites just like I had created for other people, because I knew that's where I felt people needed the most helping, because people knew people coming online wanting to make money. They knew they needed to build a list, but it's so hard to get started. Learning email campaigns and setting up high converting squeeze pages and sales funnels. So I just did all that for them. I set it up for them. And so I did that, and I promoted that mainly through webinars. So I got people onto my list. They went to a webinar, and I sort of taught them in the webinar how to build a list, the importance of building a list, why they needed to do it in their business, and then how to do it. And then at the end, I said, look, you can do all that yourself, or I'll create it for you. And so that's what sort of I did for a while there. And then, anyway, I went for a rough period. I went through a divorce back in 2011. It was the worst thing ever. You wouldn't wish it on your enemies. And you know what the great thing was, though, while I was going through that, because I had automated a lot of my business, I automated a lot of the way I got the traffic. The webinars were automated. They were evergreen webinars. They weren't live webinars. Even while I was going through a tough period of like took around 2 years while I was going through that divorce, I wasn't able to, like, my mind was so gone. I couldn't really focus on my business at all. But the beautiful thing is, I was actually, because I had set up what I had set up in my business, I was actually having the income coming in. I was just doing the main things that I needed to do to keep it running. Um, and so, yeah, I was able to have my full time income coming in while I was going through that rough period in my life. And then when I got out of that, when I sort of things sort of started to pick up for me mentally anyway, and I could focus again. I got approached by a friend of mine who was starting a business in a different niche. He wanted someone to do the online stuff, like take care of the website and do the traffic generation, generate the leads. So I went on a partnership with him, and that's how I first started my first non-IM business. And then recently I started a second one because of a need. I had another friend approach me, needed to get leads for his business, so I started generating leads for him mainly, and then that's sort of grown from there because other people in the industry in other areas of the world are having that same need for those kind of leads. So that's how that second business got started. And then at the same time, while I was working on those two businesses, um, I learned a lot. Being out of the IM internet marketing niche, being outside of that, learn a lot in those two niches as well. So I thought I've come back and I've said, well, you know what? There's a lot of businesses out there that need help with their internet marketing. So someone like myself that's got experience, been in the industry many years, 8 years full time now, 8.5 years. So I've come along and I thought, you know what, I should start a consultancy where I basically help these businesses. Because unfortunately, yes, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of internet marketing consultants and agents and agencies out there, but what I have noticed Robert, is a lot of them, um, they don't. It's like a car. It's like a mechanic. You know, we dread taking our car to a mechanic because we don't. If we, especially if we don't know much about cars, we don't know if we don't know the mechanic, we sort of, it's 50-50 really. Are you going to get the job done properly? Are you going to get ripped off? And unfortunately, in the IM industry, internet marketing space, it's the same thing. Like that first friend of mine that approached me about his business and wanting me to help him out. For example, he had just recently hired an SEO company that were doing work for him. They've been on board with him for 3 months. When I joined my friend as a partner, I had a look at their initial proposal and the keywords they were targeting for him. They'd chosen 20 keywords for him. They said, these keywords we're going to target for you. And if we rank on the first page of Google, this is how much traffic you're going to get. I looked at those keywords. I did the research. The numbers they'd given him were a total lie. They were saying he was going to get tens, hundreds of thousands of views for these long tail keywords. And I did the research. He was lucky to get 5, 10 views per day. Well, actually, it was even less than that. It was less than 5 views per day if he ranked for those keywords.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I saw that, and he's not the only one. I've heard many horror stories like that. So that's where I come in. I sort of figure, look, I'm going to come into this space because there's a lot of good that I can do, um, and I only do work for clients that I know is going to get results. Actually, I give my clients a guarantee. I say to them, if the the leads I generate for you, if you're not making at least enough sales in profits to cover my expenses, don't pay me.
Nice.
And yeah, so and again, so if there's that need, and so that's why I've come back into that space as well.
Cool. So if people were looking to hire you for something like that, or even just see what you're up to, what website could they go to find out all that stuff?
Yeah, thanks, Robert. So the website's it's just my name, which it's not easy to spell, but I'll spell it out. It's johnlagoudakis.com, JOHNLAGOUDAKIS.com.
Awesome. And we'll also toss that link at robertplank.com/158 in the show notes. That way, even if people are, don't have time to write all that down or didn't get all that, we'll link to the John Lagoudakis site at robertplank.com/158.
Great, thank you for that, Robert.
And no problem. And then is that the only website? Do you have the Get Rich Click book, or is that not being promoted right now?
Yeah, look, I was a guest in that book. I think the last edition they did of that was back in 2011. It might have been updated 2013. You can get that from Amazon still. But yeah, my main site, johnlagoudakis.com, where you can find out about more about what I'm doing. You can get in touch with me there. Also on my website, I do have something that may interest your listeners, Robert, and that is I have a platinum online business coaching program. And what it is, it's video training I've done myself, step by step video training, how to go from choosing your niche all the way through to creating a sales funnel and even driving traffic and making sales online. And all of that's free. Anyone, you go to johnlagoudakis.com and you click on the banner there for the Platinum Online Business Coaching Program, you can get free access to that right now.
Awesome. So they should all go there right now. One more time, it is johnlagoudakis.com. Thanks for being on the show today, John, and sharing your unique insight and your story and all that kind of cool stuff.
All right. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it. Appreciate you having me on.
robertplank.com/iTunes.